Hi. Okay, hi, my name's Arlisa and I'm from California, and I just wanted to tell a really cool story about how I received the book Life Lessons by Elisabeth Kübler-Ross and David Kessler, and basically how it's been the best book I've ever read. So basically it's actually a funny story how I came across this book. So I would say about like 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago I visited Korea and I went to their amusement park called Lotte World. So Lotte World, as I've heard people say, it's like a copy of Disneyland, but it's the Korean version. But it was cute. There were little chipmunks, I think, instead of Minnie and Mickey. Anyways, when I went to the amusement park, I was like, I really want like souvenirs, but I don't know what. So I got like a pair of like ears, I don't know, like bunny ears or something. And then I was like, let me go look at charms, like phone charms. And then the first one that I like picked up, and I was like, I really want this one. I decided to buy it, and it's actually a charm, which I'll post a picture of it, and it says Oma 사랑해요, and it's like in a little heart. It's supposed to be like glass, I think. And then basically yeah, I think there's like an emergency happening near me, but okay, hi. So sorry about that. I might have to like edit some stuff out. But yeah, there was a car crash right in front of my apartment building. So I heard that people were okay. Just they had an injury, so I hope they're alright. Anyways, which is kind of weird just because I feel like this book, one of the opening stories is about like a car accident, and one of the anecdotes that is used is about a car accident. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but anyways, yeah. So there was just a car accident in the front of my building, and I think it's pretty funny because I know one of the intro stories was about a car accident and how once you're already in that position, the only thing you can do is relax. So anyways, so I had to tell you how I got this amazing book, Life Lessons by Elisabeth Kübler-Ross and David Kessler. And I guess the longer title is Life Lessons, Two Experts on Death and Dying Teach Us About the Mysteries of Life and Living. So I really enjoyed this book. So I guess, yeah, I'll tell you how I came across the book. So I went to Korea about 2 summers ago to study abroad in South Korea, in like Seoul. And then I went with a group of my friends. There's probably like, I think I do have a few videos like at Lotte World, just like looking around. If not, I'll post them up. And basically everyone compares it to Disneyland and Disney and talks about how like they have chipmunks instead of Minnie and Mickey Mouse and all the whole Disney cast. So basically I went to Lotte World. I had a great time with my friends, and I'm really big on like little souvenirs that you probably won't use, but I really like bringing them back. So I got one for myself. I just got like cute little ears I probably worn like once, and then I also was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the charms. So I was originally looking for charms for myself, but then I thought, hey, why don't I look just for anyone? So I don't think I ended up getting one for myself, but I saw one that was so precious that I just had to get it for my mom. So it says, in Korean, or Hangul, it says, Oma 사랑해요, or Mom, I love you. I love you, Mom. I'm not expert in Korean, but yeah, simple as that. I know that much, I guess. But so it's a little heart charm, and it says that on it, and it's supposed to be for your phone. And I was like, this is really sweet, I'm gonna keep it. So I'll post a picture of what it looks like, because I also decided to bring another souvenir for my mom from the study abroad trip I took after I went to London, and then I went weekend trips to like Paris, Rome, Amsterdam. So I brought her a little tiny Eiffel Tower, so that will be in the picture with it as well. So I came back after traveling for like 6 or 7 months, but I came back home for a few days in between. So when I finally got settled in and came back home, I think this was actually after I finished college. I graduated, came home. I can't figure out the order right, but anyways, I brought my mom home the charm at some point from when I came back, but not as soon as I came back, so closer to 2015, I think. Yeah, like not exactly when I came back in 2014, but a little bit after. Anyways, I brought her the gifts, and I gave it to her, and she's like, I love it, you know. And usually my mom just like keeps her gifts in her closet and she never takes it out. So I thought it was really cute that this time she actually wore the heart charm on her name tag at work. So at first I didn't initially know this, but then one day she comes home and she's like, everybody's been asking me about this charm. Everybody's been asking me about this charm. They're like, what does it say? Or they're like, where did you get this? And I was like, oh, okay, like I feel so good. So then another day she came home and she's like, I have something for you. And I'm like, ooh, okay, you know, like she brings me like clothes or like perfume or really girly stuff. And then, well, probably because I have all brothers, so I feel special. Anyways, she tells me that someone came up to her at work and then noticed her charm on her name tag, and was like, wow, that's a really interesting like charm, like where'd you get it? I see it has like Korean on it. And my mom's like, my daughter got for me. She came from Korea, like my mom loves to show off and everything. And yeah, so the funniest part is this guy, which I guess I'll assume to be David Kessler. I still am not sure, because sometimes my mom, you know, mixes up the stories. But anyway, she said he handed her, or he said, hold on, I have something, and he like goes to his car, I guess, and brings back this book and says like, oh, like this book was rated like one of the top books in Korea. And then I will actually post a link, because I finally found the article. Like, this is months and months ago, and I finally finished the book about a month ago. And I finally found the article that says it was one of the top rated books in Korea, and that they're always interested in books about life there. And I had no idea about this either. The book looked slightly familiar, like maybe I'd seen it somewhere, but I didn't pay attention, or it didn't click like, oh, I want to read this book, like, you know, I've heard so much about this book. But to have like my mom bring me this book, and also signed, by the way, which, yeah, it's signed by David Kessler, so I assume he did it himself. So yeah, I was just incredibly happy to receive this book. So the first time I got it, so this was a pretty good amount of months ago. I'm trying to figure out when it was, because at that time I wasn't really ready to read it because, you know what, I think it was more like a postgraduate like slump thing, and I was like, nothing's gonna help me, I need a job, blah blah. And I think after I got a job at the mall, like to get me out of the house while I decided like if I was gonna get a job toward my career or if I was gonna go to grad school, this book started appealing to me more, like that I needed to read it. Like I'd read the first chapter, I think, as soon as I got it, and then I was like, I'm gonna hold this till later time when I need it. And that was totally the right decision because when I started working at the mall, I started noticing like a lot more people would come up to me and tell me their stories and just connect with me, and I felt like that was something like special. Like I just wanted something to relate to me, to relate to my experience just talking to people. Like I don't know, I was just always curious how that would work out. So anyways, I will start talking about actually reading the book now that you know how I got the book. But yeah, let me just show you. Okay, I'm back. I had to switch up a few things. I don't know why. Okay, I'll probably put back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I'm back. So I just told you how I got the book and just, well, how the book technically came to me. And so I guess, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, I kind of just wanted to give a few notes on my favorite quotes and moments from the book and just how it connected to me. I know I'm really late on the train since I know the website I looked at said the book was rated top in 2006 in Korea, so that is a while ago. And then I think it came out in the 90s. It should be in, I mean, I looked some of the stuff up. I'll put the links just if I say anything wrong. But yeah, I just wanted to share my experience with the book and talk about how, oh yeah, this is my first real pleasure reading outside of college, because I think majoring in English literature kind of just overwhelmed me in terms of like reading. But I've always been trying to get back into my groove of reading, and I'm so thankful because reading this book has just opened me to a whole new genre and just made me feel better as a person. And I guess that's what I'm trying to share in this vlog. But anyways, I also want to say, oh yeah, just before reading, I kind of was blind to the reputation of the authors. I mean, they explained a little in their messages, but I definitely didn't know the huge impact and inspiration they had until I did read about what they have done in the past and the other books, especially Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's fame that got David Kessler to work with her. So I just thought that was amazing. So I just had to say that too. Oh yeah, this book comes with perfect timing, because just coming like from college and being like, oh my god, what do I do next? That was kind of harder to get through in the beginning, But then when I started reaching a point where I was finally opening up to different stuff, this just came at the right time. And it was kind of a form of medication at one point, because I needed some of the stuff that was said at that time, so I just found that crazy too. Yeah, this is the first time a book has been sent to me personally, especially by the author. I mean, I know he didn't meet me, but I just thought, like, it's crazy how that happened, and I was wondering, should I share it, should I not, because it's actually pretty close to my heart now, and it's just, you know, he was just a stranger coming hand a book to my mom, but I just think if I express it, I definitely won't forget it, and I feel like I don't say that much out loud to remember. And I also just want to know if maybe anyone else out there kind of wants to read the book, has the same ideas, but I know there's probably a lot of people who've already read it and connected to it, but I think this was just my time to do it. Oh yeah, just a disclaimer, I feel you don't even have to be religious or spiritual to get a lot of the key points in the book, and I think one of them does mention that, like, you don't really even have to have that connection to understand the meaning behind everything in the book. And then, because I know there is a few mentions of God, and I was like, you know, even if I didn't believe in God, like, I think I would still understand the basic points of it, and I could share that with anyone. Yeah, so I wrote, you don't even have to be religious or spiritual to benefit from this book. So I still believe that. Yeah, I put it was medication in word form, so that was pretty awesome too. Oh yeah, so the biggest thing that I'm taking away from this book is that it's actually, to me, it's the most relaxing, because it's reaffirming that I'm doing everything right. So yeah, I guess I'll start now with each chapter and just like what I gathered from the messages. So here we go.